look at this disgusting country leading people away who've been here for a really long time. They're all got them in freaking handcuffs as if they're big criminals, and all these big police ice guys with their faces covered so that their loved ones don't have to see them doing this kind of xenophobic, racist bullshit. They're standing here while they're watching all these people get put into vans to be taken away to detention. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Democrats, wake up. Come on, Democrats. Come on, folks. Come on, state. You got to do something about this, Governor Murphy. Come on. So we got a ton of people being taken. Nobody's a criminal. This is all, the criminals are the ones in these black outfits who show up with guns and big vests. Those are the criminals here in this place. Where is the power? Where is the power? Where is the threat? Who's the invaders? To me, the invaders are these guys with their guns and all their protections. Protections from what? From folks just trying to make a living? You guys are sad sacks. Hopefully one day you'll get a real job. Do something right for yourselves. It's a bunch of crap. Filling another van of black and brown people. Another form of slavery in this country. And 9 out of 10 are white dudes doing it. Disgusting. $1 billion contract Delaney Hall, where some white guy's going to make a lot of money on black and brown bodies again. Well, he locks them up. Well, those folks can't make money to pay for the rent for their own families. This is disgraceful. Folks, there's an attorney here. ICE, there's an attorney here trying to talk to a client. Just go for it. You're an attorney. Well, whatever you are, there's an attorney here. That attorney is for that person. Even an attorney? An attorney can't go? Okay, an attorney can't go through and you don't have a warrant. Yeah, tell me an 11th time. Or 12th. Yeah, you can go for that. I'll not. There's nothing respectful about this space. No, I expect, I'm not saying that about you. I'm just saying this space is not a respectful space. It's a completely disrespected space. So gross. ¿Solo de ustedes están en la misma compañía aquí? Okay. ¿Sabes cuántas personas han sacado? ¿Cómo? 10 to 15 people. Take some of these. These are just, at the bottom here's a number for free legal services, and we've got people visiting, folks inside, okay? You want in. I'm always impressed by the big handcuffs and the big guns and the face covering. And they like to tell us that we should be scared of, terrorists. But this looks like terror to me. This is the terrorist U.S. government terrorizing people right now. Creating terror in our community in the name of the government. There is no invasion from outside. There's an invasion from the inside. So, invasion from the inside. Yeah, we do. Oh, wristbands. Safe with the wristband. Can you believe this? They've taken at least 15 people. They got all these officers here, creating absolute chaos and just ruining families for absolutely no reason. Terrorists, that's what they are. They're terrorists, and they're all right here. We got a couple of unmasked terrorists, but mostly they're masked terrorists. And they've been here for about 3 hours, They blocked all these trucks from coming in to do their work. All these people are supposed to go through and get their trucks filled up with things to keep the economy going, but instead they've determined to ruin people's lives today instead and feel really good about it. So these guys will go home tonight to their families. I wish I knew where they were. I wish I could call their wives and just say, hey, you know what your hussy did today? All the ways he created hell on earth for somebody. This is what we're doing. We're encouraging people to make a lot of money to pick off black and brown people. It reminds me of other times in this country when we've done the same thing, like almost all the time, but just in a different form now and more serious and severe right now. So we better be bonding together as a people who care about the whole human family, who believe that everybody's made in the image of God. We just can't have this going on anymore. There goes another guy. There goes another guy.
Everybody, please move behind the vehicles. I said it 2 times, please. Move behind the vehicles, behind our vehicles here. Off the grass, please. Behind our vehicles. Thank you. Behind the vehicles, please.
We're doing it. We're moving it. Yeah. I'll give him this. We've been mouthing off and he's stayed pretty calm. My phone is starting to tap out because of the heat. I'm gonna have to turn this off pretty soon, but this is what we got going on. ICE is just breaking up families. ICE is sending people away. It's ICE and U.S. Customs and Border Protection protecting us from people who've been here for 20 years being part of our lives, right? That's not what they're actually doing. What they're doing is they're whitening this country. They're trying to whiten the country, and they're playing on racist and xenophobic attitudes that have always been here. And we've had no real defense from either the right or the left in this regard. Democrats are absolutely chickening out as much as Republicans. Oh yeah, let's put those sirens on because it's a big scary moment. Okay? Tomorrow you'll see a thing in the paper that says that ICE netted 100 people, and they'll make up some lie about all the gangbangers they got and all that kind of crap. It's all a lie. Just know that when you see it. It's straight up a lie, because I've seen the same template used time and time and time again under the Obama administration, under the Bush administration, under the first Trump, under the Biden administration. There's just the same thing. They've had it in the same spot on their desktop, that whenever you say anything, you just use this template. It's a lie. People here are just people, and they don't need to be treated and talked about in that kind of way. So, what was that? They threw you on the floor?
They threw me on the floor and put me in handcuffs. I still have a little bit of mark on there.
You're freaking kidding me. They just did that right now?
Like not too long ago.
You hear this? Can you talk to Channel 12? Yeah. Are you a citizen?
I'm a resident.
A resident.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to him. All right. So this is what ICE threw a guy down on the floor.
They put me on my car when I was in the middle of my break, and they made me walk inside the building. They was pushing me. They was harassing me. When I told them to keep their distance, they pushed me down the floor and handcuffed me. Then they wrote my documents. They noticed that I was legal, but they was still running my whole record to try to catch me under something. They couldn't do it, so they didn't like it. They let me go because they have, but they were just harassing people for no reason. Well, you're only working. Nobody here doing nothing bad.
So you have a
This is
wristband?
criminal.
What's that wristband all about?
I don't know. I guess we're being tagged now like animals, saying that we are legal here. They feel like I feel like an animal right now being tagged like this.
You work at Alba?
I work locally, yeah. I work
Frelinghuysen, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I even explained to them.
That's like processing, and then from there it's either to Delaney or Elizabeth Detention Center.
inside and find out.
I'm so sorry.
They still told me that I need
What was
to
that?
go out my car, otherwise they was going to break my window.
No.
They made me walk out
Why?
my car. When I was walking inside the building, they threw me on the floor inside the building because I was...
Delaney Hall isn't criminals either. I visit non-criminals in Delaney Hall all the time. That's all a bunch of bullshit. This whole thing about criminals escaping, those are 4 people who got out of a concentration camp. They were never criminals there. I mean, half the people that are in there are just absolutely, there's no distinction like that. These are all a bunch of liars. Pigs.
How long you work here, Diego?
3 years.
How many people you see anybody get rounded up and put in vans? Or no?
Not really.
We just saw tons.
They took a lot. They handcuffed me because, like I said, they were like saying that I wasn't listening to them or whatever. They threw me on the floor and everything.
And you on break?
Wow.
And I was in the middle of my break.
Wow.
They took me out of my car right here.
Wow. Disgusting. Are you gonna let this guy go? You threw him down on the ground for no reason. No conscience. No conscience whatsoever. And idiots. You guys are part of the most disgraceful expression of this generation. Go to hell.